Hello, pupils. Nice to meet you again. It's your teacher. Now, we are in science class today. Then, before we go to the topic I have for you today, hope you will be reading your books. Have you been copying your notes? And whenever you want to copy your notes, make sure you copy it correctly and with good handwriting. I trust you. You have that good handwriting. Then make sure you read and know it. Now, the topic before us in science today is heat and energy conversion. What do I call it? Heat and energy conversion. Now, what the objective of the lesson are, at the end of this lesson, you should be able to define it. Should be able to define it. That is, at the end of this lesson, each of you should be able to define it. Then mention common sources of heat and define a temperature. Also, should be able to identify the different types of thermometer we have. We have different types of thermometer. So we don't just have one alone. Now, when we get there, I will explain better there. I will show you the pictures of those thermometers that we have and how we use them. Then should be able to mention the sources of heat. Now, those are the objectives that we have for the lesson. Now, let's go to the definition of heat. Now, what is heat? Now, heat is a form of energy. Heat is a form of energy. Then we have common sources of heat. Then that is where we get heat from. Where do we get heat from? Now, the first one is from the sun, which is solar energy. And the second one is from fire. The third one is chemicals, from chemicals then around us, and from electricity, and also from friction. Let me go by it again. Heat is a form of energy. Common sources of heat are the sun, the fire, then the chemicals, electricity, and frictions. Then I will take them one after the other and explain to you. I will take each of them one after the other and explain. Let me start from the sun. The sun is a source of energy, and it is the greatest source of energy. So the greatest source of energy comes directly from the sun. Now, that is, the solar system, the star that the earth revolves around it, that is, the earth revolves around the sun, from which it receives its light, that is, the earth receives its light from the sun. And what? The star at the center of the solar system, it brightens the earth. Then the earth receives its warmth and light from the sun. The greatest source of heat, like I've said, comes directly from the sun. So that is the picture of the sun. And don't forget that the greatest source of light comes directly from the sun. So then the second one also that I want you to understand is the fire. You can see the picture. Now, fire is the production of heat and the presence of flame. You can see the flame coming from the fire. Now, it burns. It burns. So the production of heat and presence of flame is known as fire. So heat also, we can also get heat from fire. So fire burns a lot. Now, the next one that I want you to understand is the chemical. We have chemicals around us. So chemical is a material or process not commonly found in nature. Now, chemical can burn. Chemical can burn. We have different types of chemical. We have them in our laboratories, in schools, in hospitals. So it can burn. Then there is heat. The heat in it can easily burn. So it's not even good to play with chemicals. So they are not good at all. Now, so from any specific chemical, that is chemical compound or alloy, then a material or process not commonly found in nature is simply known as chemical. So it can burn things. Now, the next one now is electricity. Electric power energy, that is electric power energy supplied by, that is electric power energy supplied by power station or generators. We use it at home for cooking, for powering our electrical appliances. Now, electric power, we use it at home to power our appliances at home, and also we can get it from generator. So we use it to iron our clothes, for cooking, for electrical appliances, and also to run machines in industries and companies. So this is an example of it. This is electricity. You can see the picture, that is electricity. So it's also another source of heat. It's also another source of heat. Now let's move forward also to see another one. Now that is fiction. Fiction. What is fiction? Fiction simply means anything that tries to stop movement. Anything that tries to stop movement is fiction, especially when two surfaces glide over each other. So anything that tries to stop movement is known as fiction. Now, when you are trying to rub your when you are trying to rub your hands together, then you discover that it will get to a time that the hands, that is what you are doing, you want to stop, because there is something that tries to stop the movement. Now, for example, now you have a padlock at home. Now let's say that for some times you've not been using the padlock, then we get to a time that you want to open that padlock, but there is something that will try to stop that movement of the key. So the key won't be able to open the padlock, just because there is something that that is trying to stop the movement. So anything that is trying to stop movement is known as friction. Or let's say that you have a crate of soft drinks. No, it's a surface, and also the floor is also a surface, and you are trying to move the surface or the crate of that soft drinks on the floor. Now, if you get a certain place that the crate of that soft drink won't be able to move further again. So anything that tries to stop that movement is known as friction. So just have it in mind that anything that tries to stop movement is known as friction. Now, let's move further. Then, what is temperature? We can define temperature as the degree of hotness or coldness of an object. How cold or how hot an object is. Again, temperature can be defined as degree of hotness or coldness of an object, or hotness or coldness of a body. So how hot or how cold a body is, that is temperature. So we can define it as degree of hotness, degree of coldness of an object. Now, let's look at thermometer. Let's look at thermometer. Now, what is thermometer? Thermometer is an apparatus used to measure temperature. Thermometer is an apparatus, is an instrument that we use to measure temperature. Now, these days, now if you want to enter into any bank, then you are the security man, you need to take your temperature, you need to measure it. Are you hot? Then just to take the temperature, your temperature, how cold or how hot are you? Now, also we also have different types of thermometers. We use some to take the temperature of the body, and also we have the one that we can use to measure or to take the temperature of our environment. Now let's look at this one. So the types of thermometers we have clinical thermometer, we have mercury, we have alcohol thermometer, we also have wet and dry bulb thermometer. Again, types of thermometer, we have clinical thermometer, we have mercury, we have alcohol thermometer, and we also have a wet and dry bulb thermometer. So I will take them one after the other to explain to you now. Now, the uses of each. Now, clinical thermometer. Now, if someone is sick and the person is already in the hospital, or the person has been taken to the hospital, the doctor will need to take a temperature of that person to know how hot or how cold the person is. Now, this one is an example of a clinical thermometer. Yes, a modern clinical thermometer that doctors use in the hospital to take or to measure the body temperature. So the thermometer is used in the hospital to measure body temperature. So this is a good picture of clinical thermometer. So the next one is mercury. Mercury thermometer is commonly used in schools or chemical laboratories and in weather stations to record maximum daily temperature. Again, mercury thermometer is commonly used in schools or chemical laboratories and in weather stations to record maximum daily temperature, just to take the maximum daily temperature, that is how hot the day is or how cold the day is. That is the function of the mercury, just to determine the temperature of an environment, how cold or how hot an environment is. Now, the next one now we are going to look at is alcohol thermometer. It is used to measure the minimum daily temperature in weather stations. Now we have weather stations where we gather the weather, the how cold, how hot an environment is, or daily, either daily or monthly or weekly or yearly. So we use alcohol thermometer to determine that flow. That, oh, January is hot, February is a little bit hot, March is a little bit is cold, and so on and so forth. That's for an example. So to determine how hot or how cold a month is, so we use alcohol thermometer to determine that flow. Now, and also let's go to uh, before we go to, let's look at wet and dry bulb thermometer. It's another type of thermometer. Wet and dry bulb thermometer is used to measure the amount of water vapor in the sky. That is to measure the amount of water vapor in the sky. Now, what I mean by water vapor in the sky? Humidity. That is the amount of rainfall we have in the sky. That is wet and dry bulb thermometer can easily do that one to measure, that is the humidity. What is humidity? Now, humidity simply means the amount of water in the sky, how wet or how dry the sky is. Now, the next one is human body temperature ranges between 35 degrees centigrade to 43 degrees centigrade. Then the average is usually 37 degrees centigrade. 37 degrees centigrade. Now, before I conclude the lesson, let me quickly go over the lesson again for better understanding. Now, for better understanding, what is heat? Heat is a form of energy. Heat is a form of energy. And common sources of heat are, we have the sun, we have the fire, chemicals, electricity, and frictions. So they are all common sources of heat where we can get heat from. Now, the first one that I explained there, I explained is the sun. The sun is the greatest source of heat. The sun is the greatest source of heat. That is, the greatest source of heat comes directly from the sun. Now, and also the next one that I also explained the fire. The fire is the production of heat and the presence of flame. So the production of heat and flame also comes directly from fire. So that is why fire can easily burn things. And another one is chemical. Chemical can burn human body, they can burn any object. So chemical is not good on material and it's not good on our body. So chemical is a material or process not commonly found in nature. Now, let's look at the next one is electricity. We can get, that is, can get power, also power and energy can also be supplied by electricity, that is from our power stations and generators. We use it at home, we use power at home, we use it to cook our food, to power our electrical appliances, and so on and so forth. Then also, we also look at friction. What is friction? Friction simply means anything that tries to stop movement. Whatever things that try to stop movement is known as friction. Now, let's also look at temperature. Temperature, we can define temperature as degree of hotness or coldness of a body. How hot or how cold an object is, or how hot or how cold the body is. Now, how do we determine the temperature of the body or of an object? Now, you can determine that from with the use of thermometer. We have three types of thermometer. Then, what is thermometer? It is an apparatus used to measure temperature. We use thermometer to measure temperature. You can see different types of thermometer that we have here. Now, the types of thermometer that we have here, you can see them. You can see the different types of thermometer we have here. Then we have clinical thermometer, we have mercury thermometer, we have alcohol thermometer, we also have wet and dry bulb thermometer. Now, what are the uses of each of these thermometer? Now, the first one is clinical thermometer. Doctors and our nurses always use this one in the hospital to take the temperature, to measure the temperature of the body. Now, when someone is sick, the first thing is to measure the temperature of that of the body, maybe how cold, to get how cold or how hot the person is before any treatment. So this is a modern type of clinical thermometer. So when you hear clinical thermometer, you use clinical thermometer in the hospital to take measurement of the body. Then the next one is mercury. Now, mercury thermometer is commonly used in schools or chemical laboratories and in weather stations to report maximum the daily temperature. That is to take, let's say you want to determine the temperature of Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, each days in a week. So we can do that by using mercury to determine or to record the maximum daily temperature. Now, the next one is alcohol thermometer. Now, don't forget I said alcohol thermometer also is to take the measurement, or that is the minimum daily temperature in weather stations. Again, it is used to measure minimum daily temperature in weather stations. Now, let's look at this one, which is wet and dry bulb thermometer. We use wet and dry bulb thermometer to determine the amount of water vapor in the sky, that is the humidity, that is the amount of water that we have in the sky. That is function of wet and dry bulb thermometer. Now, the next one now is the body temperature, ranges between 35 degrees centigrade to 43 degrees centigrade. And don't forget that the average is usually 37 degrees centigrade. Now, in conclusion, the highest boiling point of water is 100 degrees centigrade. Now, if you want to boil your water, or when you are boiling your water, to get to a place, a certain stage that you see the water boiling. So by the time the water is boiling, which means that the boiling point is already 100 degrees centigrade. So the highest boiling point of water is 100 degrees centigrade. Then dry bulb and wet bulb thermometer are together called hygrometer. So dry bulb and wet bulb thermometer. Don't forget I said that dry bulb and wet bulb thermometer are being used to take or to measure the amount of humidity we have in the sky. So both wet bulb and dry bulb thermometer, they are known as hygrometer. And the commonly used temperature scales are degrees Celsius, centigrade, Fahrenheit, and the Kelvin. Now, so make sure you go over your notes and listen to the video for better understanding. Also, I also have some questions here for you that you can practice. Number one, define energy. What is friction? Number two, that is what is friction. Number three, what is the highest boiling point of water? Number four, define heat. Number five, briefly write a short note on temperature. Let me go over it again. Number one says, define energy. Number two, what is friction? Number three, what is the highest boiling point of water? Number four, define heat. Number five, briefly write a short note on temperature. Thank you. Till we meet here again.